Hi, how are you doing today? So, does working with a horse need to be frustrating? Find out the answer to that question and more here today with me. So hi, my name is Adderson and I help people with training their horses and training themselves so that they can have results with their horses that they want and they can build beautiful relationships as well. So the other day I happened to notice a post. I came across a post on social media and the person was saying that if you work with horses, you need to deal with being frustrated. And so I found that interesting. If you think that's true, put a note for me below. I would say that I don't think that's true. I don't think it's true. And the reason, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why here. Because I think generally that it means that we need to work on ourselves a little bit more. If you're finding that things with your horse, the time with your horse is so frustrating, there's a reason for that. And there is a source that you can overcome there. So let's go into the 5 pointers I have for you today. Number 1 is that you need to come from a spirit of understanding. When you're with your horse, it's not about reaching goals. I know we have goals, but that is not the place that we're coming from. We're coming from a place of understanding. We're coming from a place of patience, unselfishness, consideration of the horse, having a good intention with what we're doing, thoughtfulness, and most importantly, kindness. I'm not saying you won't have challenges. I'm not saying that there won't be frustration, but if you're dealing with frustration a lot, it means that you can maybe search on what's the intent of you working with your horse. So it's not about reaching goals, really, because if you get what I'm talking about here, this spirit of understanding and the kindness behind it, you will reach your goal with your horse. You will. You absolutely will. Number 2, let's go to number 2, is creating win-win situations. So win-win situation for yourself. You need to feel like you're succeeding and winning for your horse. Your horse is in this as well, so it's a win-win for you and win-win for your horse. Everyone needs to feel success. You need to feel success as a rider, and your horse needs to feel success. So, accomplishment. We all like to feel like we're accomplishing something, don't we? Horses like to feel that as well, right? They like to get that gold star that feeds us, also feeds the horses. They like to feel that they are pleasing us. Some horses more than others, but in doing this, creating win-win situations for both, that keeps up the try, right? That keeps up the try in our horses. Our horses have a tremendous amount of try. And if we don't keep feeding that by showing them winning situations, and by that I mean that what they did was good, right? You provide the release that shows them what they did was good, so they keep trying. All right, the next one is ask questions that move you forward. So if you have a challenging situation, but it doesn't need to stay there. If you ask questions that help you move forward, then you will be able to see your next step. And the examples of those questions are, what is working? What is working right now? It may be something like, well, I can lunge my horse today. She may be totally distracted looking out the door, but I can lunge her today. I can get her attention back. What is not working? She's spooking all the time she goes in front of the door. What might I do differently? Those are the 3 questions to ask. What's working? What's not working? And what might I do differently? Those are questions that are going to help you to move forward. Those are questions that are going to help you to get out of frustration, so that you don't say to yourself, well, I'm working with a horse, so I have to accept that I'm going to be frustrated. Number 4, is to focus on the solution, not the problem. It's easy for us to get caught up in the problem, isn't it? We get emotionally involved in the problem. Like, she's spooking at the door. You know, it's going to happen again. Here it comes again. Anticipating it doesn't help. Rather, flip it around and focus on the solution. So go back to number 3, where you might ask those 3 questions I gave you. That will help you to focus on the solution, because then you can stop. You can just stop everything you're doing with your horse at the moment, ask those 3 very key questions, and that will help you to find the solution to the problem. Number 5 is to seek advice. It's no sense hanging out with your horse in the completely frustrated state, right? That makes no sense at all. Not knowing something can lead to frustration. And so the frustration is not going to help your relationship. It's not going to help you to figure out the solution. Any of these points that I've told you above, it's not going to help you to create win-win situations for you and your horse, and it's not going to help you to come from the spirit of understanding, because you don't understand, right? So there's the lack of knowledge there. If you're feeling that you lack knowledge, seek advice from somebody that has the knowledge you're looking for. So those are the 5 pointers I wanted to give you. I don't agree that working with your horse needs to be frustrating. If it is the case, then you need to work more on yourself. You need to have an outside look at what's happening. Take these 5 pointers and work more on yourself, creating a situation that is not going to be frustrating. Challenges will be there, but you will know how to deal with it. So feel free to share with anybody you think can benefit from this. I'm happy to share this information out. It's helped me along the way, and I've dealt with many horses and been in a frustrating situation with horses as well. But as you work with more and more horses, you get to understand that the frustration doesn't need to be there. If it's there, if you're getting emotionally bound and caught up in frustration, there's a way out. All right, so thanks so much for being here. It's great to have you. Bye for now. I'll see you next time.